Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. In this video, I'm going to be setting up and hand lettering the week of December 20th through the 26th, so Christmas week for sure. We're going to ignore the orange again because guys, I have to use florals for Christmas week. I have to use red and green pens, and I have to use florals that have like holly. I've used poinsettias a couple times. I was focused more on like the holly leaves and stuff. So I have the Kell Plan Christmas Florals sticker book, and this first set of stickers has holly leaves and like the little red berry sprigs. So this is what we're going to use. That just really says Christmas to me, more so than like January. And then I'm going to use this new Simply Gilded washi tape. It's got gold foil and red foil on it. I think it's called Poinsettia Stardust, and it's kind of a little bit of a maroon color. So it's definitely going to match with these darker colors down in the centers of the florals. So let's get started on this. And it is Z week, you guys. We made it. Technically our last letter. Next week, I want to make sure you guys know, next week I will do 2 lettering videos. I will do the very last lettering video in the 2021 book. We have one more week because they wanted to make sure they finished out the year. And there is no letter for this, believe it or not. I find it so ironic that that is actually the first time in the whole year they actually have you write a word, which is kind of silly, but that's okay. So I've got a couple options for numbers and punctuation, and then we'll do a quick I'll share with you the information I have found in my research online on bounce lettering. And you might want to have some extra paper available for that, because the whole point of bounce lettering is that you don't stay within the lines. So we're not going to probably be able to get 4 lines of practice on each day. We'll probably do 2 or at most 3. So I'm definitely going to have some extra paper available that day. And then I will also do that same calendar week is included as the first week in the 2022 planner. So the second video I do that day is going to be our oval stroke, our drills, learning light up, heavy down. We're basically going to start over from ground zero and do the whole year again, but I will be discussing all the very most basic stuff for beginners. So if you haven't had a lot of success so far, it could be because we're at the end and I stopped discussing a lot of the very, very core foundational basic stuff. So that will all be coming as well in the other video next week. So, all right. So enough hand waving. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like to do that, talking without actually doing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this washi tape. I'm going to go ahead and just speed this up while I decorate. Don't pull your washi tape super tight. That makes your page curl. Hi, Jazpur. It's not even close to lunchtime yet, dude. Some of these florals are so big that they just weren't really conducive to using on my pages, but I think I have enough decoration on there. So let's go to the bullet points and just rotate through these, and then that'll help me also pick pen colors. So, all right. And then finally, our assignments. So on the 20th, of course, capital Z. And then we have zombie. I think it was around Halloween when I was making choosing these words. Zest. Like I use orange zest in my cranberry relish. Sushi, which is actually an old-fashioned kind of sushi that has aged fish in it. Zing. Zone. And I couldn't resist with all of the buzz about Zoom meetings over the last, year and a half. And on cue, there goes Jazpur passing through, so I will get him settled and pick pens and zoom in, and we will get started on this. Okay guys, here are the pens. As promised, lots of red and green. So I have the Calliograph Olive, and that's about the stiffest pen I have. There we go. We have the Writech in like a brick burgundy red. I have the Pentel Touch, also in olive. And I have the Le Pen in its darkest red color with my pencil grip on there. So let's go ahead and get started with the Astrals. So here's the Calliograph with the fine brush point. Okay, and then we'll switch to the big fat one and write it double size. Almost didn't leave myself enough room. But you can see how much more space you need with a big brush tip. So, all right, next is the Writech. Okay, and then we'll do the Pentel Touch. And finally, the Le Pen Flex, which I use the pencil grip on there because it's so skinny. I need it to be fatter. Maybe it's because of my fingernails, I don't know, but. So we should be all warmed up by now. Okay, so let's look at do a deep dive into what a Z should look like. So here is our lowercase z. So it was light across, heavy down, light across. Same thing with the capital Z. It almost, to me, looks like an L though, a capital L with some flourish. It's got a tiny little light across that's probably not much wider than the lowercase, and then a big heavy down with a loop, and then a big long light across. And to me, I don't like the top being so much smaller than the bottom because, like I said, it looks like an L with just a little entrance stroke. So not liking that a whole lot. Where'd my, oh, here they are. Okay, so let's see what our other options are. So this is the alternate way, like an S, there are a couple different ways to make a Z. So this is the Fudenosuke free download that goes with their calligraphy pens, their brush pens, which I'm not using today, but so they're going light up, heavy down with the curl. So this one definitely need to consider if you want your Z to have a descender stroke, because not that we're going to write a capital Z very often, but if you are doing a block of text like a quote, this descender can get in your way and cause some entanglements. So although I do like it. All right, so this is the Rainbow Crayoligraphy, and they're showing us both as options. So, and they're actually doing the little cross in the center, which I actually do when I print my Zs. So I find that pretty interesting. But I like this better because the top and the bottom are more balanced, and it just definitely much more to me says Z. Now this Z again has the descender, and it's got a lot of more curls to it. It's also got a sharp point here as opposed to more of a curve, so that's interesting. Right now I'm kind of liking that one. Okay, and then the black Crayoligraphy, which is more about the faux calligraphy, also has that with the crossbar in the center. And then last but not least, my favorite, the Calligraphy Made Easy, which I purchased at Walmart a while back. So let's see. All right, so, oh, that's just the start of the alternates. Okay, so their capital Z is like the lowercase z, this particular one. They're not doing the crossbar. And then they're also not doing any little curls here. You may have noticed on the Crayola one, they're putting a little curl in each place, which I don't think I'm going to care for. I might keep it really simple and just go with this, you guys, but add maybe the crossbar. I don't know what the technical term is for that. And then here we go. Here's their other Z, which I'm leaning toward this one just because I'm having trouble immediately recognizing this as a Z. I think I'm probably going to do this one with a crossbar, and I don't think I'm going to go with the little loops. So let's give it a try. Let's have a look, see what I think. All right, so starting with the Calliograph on the fine end. So we just come, do light across, heavy down, light across, and then a little crossbar, which you could do with or without the crossbar, as you could see. That's entirely up to you. I like it because it makes it a little fancier. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna go with. Because the entanglements drive me nuts. So to do a Z, well, I'll save it for the end of the row, but and you can definitely leave the crossbar off. That's light because I wrote on a sticker. Okay, so to do, I mean, the pro to that is you have a definite, easy connection point. The con is that you have the descender to worry about entanglements. So I think, which, I mean, it's obviously a Z, it's a cursive Z, which the younger generation isn't really, they're learning more to type, is my understanding. I don't have kids in school. I'll have to ask my nieces and nephew, but I believe they're leaning more toward learning to type than to write in cursive. So they may not even recognize that as being a Z. I'm not sure. It is beautiful though. All right. We can try the curls. No, I mean, to me, for some reason, that says L rather than Z to me. I think because of this curl here, that's basically the L. I don't know why. I think I definitely want to do that. But I won't know for sure until I use it in a Word, so. And as you can see, I'm playing a little bit with how curvy I make those two horizontal pieces. All three, really, if you count the crossbar. So I'm just noticing the slant in December, and how do you make a slanted letter look slanted? If you have your start be to the right of this point here, has to be to the right of this point to make the entire letter look slanted. There, I really exaggerated that one. Okay, so let's try it with a Word. I'm not actually sure this even should try to be a connection point. We'll play with it. That looks like zombie to me. Oh, I forgot to do that. Definitely says zombie right at first glance, which is something I strive for. I hate when you have to stare at it and try to figure out what the letters are, so. Okay, we're just gonna get Zom in there. Couldn't quite fit it all in there. So definitely you can see I'm having consistency with the starting point versus this corner here. I'm a little bit all over the place. Not that I'm gonna write a quote that has a bunch of capital Z's in it for you to be able to compare them to each other. All right, let's try zest. Yeah, I think I like the crossbar. It echoes with the crossbar on the T. I guess I am gravitating toward making the top slightly smaller than the bottom, but that's too much of a difference. That one's a little bit better to me. Let's try sushi, another 5-letter word. It is what it is. I like it. Jazzy, you scared me. Oh my gosh. I didn't hear you. Don't start yawning. You'll make me sleepy. Holding my paper down so it doesn't move. Thank you. Thank you. The camera's not focusing on the paper, it's focusing on the top of your head, dude. Jazzy. The cat definitely gets credit for that. He moved my page. He was stretching and he made my page move. Can I have this? Oh my goodness, you guys. It's gonna be one of those days, I think. I'll be back. All right, he's off to the side here. We'll see how far we can get. So let's try zing. This is the only descender, this G. As you could probably imagine, it's hard to find a lot of Z words that are only 2, 3, 4, or 5 letters, short Z words. So zing. My crossbar is getting a little out of control. I need to keep it kind of small. Okay, 2 words left. 2 words left, Jazzy. Do you hear that? 2 words left. zone. So I was finding that as long as I dotted the I up high, I didn't have to worry as much about the conflict with that little crossbar. So for me, I think the key is slowing down and taking my time and carefully picking my starting point. I don't know what that is, guys. Dyslexia at its best. That's probably a word in Greek mythology or something, I don't know. Actually, I think that's some kind of a sci-fi term, xenomorph, or is that with an X? Okay, last but not least, let's do Zoom. For those of you that have done a lot of Zoom meetings this last year and a half. Gotta be careful with that. I don't want it to turn into a number 2. I want it to be a Z. Although I'm not sure why a big hump there, whoa, would make that look like a 2. Now that I think about it. That was Jazpur jumping out of his cat bed and landing on a big pile of pens hidden under a sheet of paper and sending stuff flying. Honestly, all this word is doing is highlighting the inconsistencies in my O's. So I guess it's a good thing I'm going to do them again next year. We're gonna finish our last word, okay? Zoo. I guess I could use that as a word, huh? Maybe next year. There we go, you guys. Despite Jazzy's best efforts, we managed to get done. He really wants lunch, you guys. So there we go. There is my Z practice for this week. Next week is totally optional, you guys. I'm going to do some numbers and a little bit of punctuation. Just play with it. I don't have, anything figured out for that or a bunch of examples. And then we'll play a little bit with bounce lettering. So, or if you're a newbie, look also for that day for, I probably will post this video like normal. It posts at midnight Pacific, midnight Eastern, which is actually 9 p.m. Pacific. And then I'll probably go ahead and do the first video for 2022 later on in the day. So I hope you like this video. Congratulations on making it this far. And here's looking forward to all the new folks who are going to join us in the next week. If you like this video, please help me spread the word and consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.